Okay, New York session done. I took 2 trades in New York, one on USD Swiss and one on USDJPY. I was also done with Asia session, but I did not see anything I liked, so did not take any trades today in Asia. Okay, so New York session trades, one on USD Swiss. It was a signal day, trend continuation signal day. This one right here. That's when the monthly, weekly, daily breakout levels are all pushing in one direction. We broke out below the previous month low and we broke out below that previous week low. Higher time frame are all pushing in one direction. I'm looking for a pullback to the high of the day and take that continuation move down to the previous day low. On these days, I trade the trend retracement setup. I took it in London. I had one trade in London, but it stalled at the H4 low over here. Took some partials, went break even, and got taken out break even. The setup was still valid coming into New York, and it set up perfectly up here. Faked out that previous H8 high. Oops. Faked out the previous H8 high above here. It was at the monthly, at the H8 breakout level, and we were below that daily breakout level at the high of the day. Setup, perfect trend retracement setup. Waited for, tracking these, the last M5 bullish breakout bar, looking for one bearish breakout bar that takes that out. And I entered as I saw that breakout bar, this one, which is a trend breakout entry. It also faked out the H4 and the H1. And I took this straight down to the previous day low. Didn't quite get there, but I had an alert around here. And I exited. I took partials on my position here. Reason why is it got to 85% and started to pull back. Once I saw it start to pull back, then I took partials. I'm not going to risk all this profit just to make that final 15%. So whenever this sort of pulls back near my 85% to my TP, I'll take partials. Then I took set my runners to break even, and I'm still in this trailing the swing points. Reason why I took partials is because I'm going with the higher time frame trend. So that was one trade I took. Trend retracement setup, trend continuation signal day, runners trailing this movement right now. And then the other trade I took was on USDJPY. This one was a breakout continuation signal day, monthly, weekly, daily breakout levels all bearish, broke out below the previous month low, and we're pulling back. And that's what the breakout continuation signal day is. It fakes out the previous day high after a higher time frame breakout. So in this case, pulling back to that previous month low. And the idea is to take a high of the day sell down to the previous day low for the first target, and then second target would be low of that structure. So coming into the session, we were below the day breakout level. I wanted to take sells below this. Here's the fake out level. Wasn't really paying attention to that. I looked more at the last bearish breakout level. As price came up, broke out above that previous H8 high, was looking to take an entry. This is one of my favorite signal days, a fake out continuation day. So I really want to get my stops at the high of the day as much as I can. And so what I did is once it broke out of this H8 level, followed along these M5 bullish breakout bars. Whenever there's a breakout bar that tells me that the M5 is 100% bullish, I don't anticipate any reversals on that. Here's the last M5 bullish breakout level. And then I'm looking for one M5 bearish breakout level to tell me that the market is now changing direction on the M5. So once I got that, I put my stops at the high of the day. Super aggressive entry, but like I said, I love this signal day. I really want my stops at the high of the day. So I'm okay taking it like this. Targeting previous day low. Price didn't get there, but it did stall at that H8 breakout level. So I took partials over there. About 2.5 R. Runners were set at break even, survived that pullback, and now I'm just trailing above this range. So those were the 2 trades I took yesterday. One on a trend retracement setup on USD Swiss, and then a breakout continuation high of the day sell on USDJPY. Gold yesterday, did not like it. It was in between this H8 breakout level. It faked out the previous day low, so I'm bullish above this. The daily breakout level is right here. Did not want to uh, mix bias in here. Would want to sell from up high, buy from down low. Had a nice move up here to sell. It did take out that last M15 bullish breakout level, but it did not fake out an H8 high or H4 high. Uh, so this was not a setup for me, although it did move nicely. No setup for me on gold, so I did not trade that. Oil had a nice move. Wasn't looking at it at the time. I was already off the charts, but had a nice move on oil. Inside day, here's the outer previous day's peak. That's the range. We were below this daily breakout level. We broke out below the previous day low, and the H8 breakout level is bearish. Was looking for a pullback, M15 high fake out to take this continued downwards. This one faked out the H4 high over here, and then faked out the M15 bullish breakout bar. Well, not faked out, but took it out. And so this would have been a nice sell setup on the lower time frames. Could have taken it down. I would have been, hopefully, I could have got my stops at the high of the day, take it down to the low of the day. But it did stall at this H4 level, so would have taken partials over there. If I missed this first one, I could have come back and this would have been a nice reentry. M15 peak fake out bar of the H4. This would have been a nice reentry to take it down again. But as I said, I was already off the charts, so did not take this. But oil did have a nice setup yesterday. As for the indices, did not have a good read on them. We have the NAS. NAS yesterday was a fake out continuation to the upside on the daily, but we were below the week breakout level, and we're above the where is it? Here, the daily breakout level. We're in this tiny little range here. The H8 breakout level was also bullish. So coming into the session, I didn't know whether to take buys or sells. I would have preferred to sell because it got below this weak breakout level. This turns this, it flipped that. So this turns this into a peak formation. However, the most recent price action was bullish. So I missed this sell setup. Yeah, did not a really clean one. Let me see how I could have gotten in here. So we have this weak breakout level, took out the H1, last H1 bullish level right here. So I could have been looking for sells after this bar. Um, yeah, pretty difficult one for me to enter. I don't think I would have entered on NAS, but after, yeah, no setup for me. I mean, it did set up, but not really cleanly. I think I would have missed it. Yeah, no trade for me on NAS, but it did set up on the weekly levels. If anything, it probably could have taken it straight off the 1 hour, but I prefer not to do that in New York. Yeah, nice sell setup. Don't think there was a buy setup. Did fake out that previous H8 low at that breakout level, but yeah, at the time it was mixed buys, so I did not like to take the buy on that. However, I did like to take a buy on the US 30 one. US 30, I had a bullish bias. It was a breakout continuation signal day. Monthly, weekly, daily at the time are all bullish. We broke out of that previous week high, faked out the previous day low, and closed above it. And so on yesterday I was looking for buys. So we had here's daily breakout level. H8 breakout level was also bullish. We broke out of that previous week high, which is also on the same level. So to me, US 30 was bullish. Came down after New York Open, faked out the previous H8 low, um, but I did not take this because the range was too small up to the previous day high, only 0.85 R. Breakout continuation days, first TP is previous day high, second TP is high of the structure, so I'd be looking for a move to the high of the week. 2.5 R, let me see if I can get a nicer one on the lower time frames. Usually I'm trading even lower time frames in New York on these pairs. Over here would have faked out that M15. The last M15 bullish was right here. Could have entered above as price broke above here. Probably this one would have triggered me in. And so I would have taken a bit of heat on it. Tight stops. Let me see. Previous day high, 1.5 R. Yeah, not. I've said before on assets like US 30, I would need a bit more space in order for me to take it. They're so volatile. They whip back and forth. I wouldn't be excited to take just 1.5 R on this. So technically, it did set up for a buy, but I thought the range was too small. And then it did also set up breakout reversal set up on the weekly, faked out the previous day high to take it down. Did not see this one. Took out that last M15 breakout level. Probably wouldn't have been able to change my bias because my bias was bullish on this at this time. But this one, 100%, I should have been 10, 15. Yeah, no, I wasn't really paying attention at this time. I had taken my trades and was off the charts. But if I had seen this, this would have been a nice trade on the downside. Did set up on the M1 as well. This is a fake out of the M15 levels. Um, well, probably this one I was taking. Down to the previous day low. Yeah, so something like this I would be more willing to take. So missed this setup, but I wasn't on the screen at the time. So um, yeah, nice sell setup on US 30. But yeah, that's it. Only traded USD Swiss, USD JPY. Did not have any setups on gold. Didn't trigger any H8 high, H8 low, or H4s. It was a nice sell opportunity on oil for me, for my style. Nas uh, had a setup on the weekly, but it would have been a bit tough to enter, I feel. And then US 30 had a buy setup, but too small for me, and then had a nice sell setup, which I did not take because I was not on the screens. That's it. And so Asia session today, I think I said I did not take anything, did not like anything at all. GBP, NZD, I think just kind of blew out. I didn't have any news on the calendar. I don't know what this move is from. Um, yeah, GBP AUD did not give me any entry to enter this one. Didn't want to take this down, but no entries from me. Yeah, and that's it. Did not have anything good in Asia. Nikkei had a nice setup in the morning, but I wasn't on the screen at that time. Set up about 30 minutes too early for me to low the day, fake out, back up, uh, and yeah, that's it. So yeah, that's all.